Welcome to Total Health Magazine on Total Health Television. I'm John Barson at Expo West 2018. I'm standing here with Keith Moeller of Silver of American Biotech Labs. I've got silver on the brain. I was really looking forward to this today, Keith, because Total Health Magazine is giving your company our award of excellence.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Out of all the products, do you have any idea how many products are at this show right now?
Thousands. There are thousands. And, you know, Total Health, we've always loved the magazine because it has a great deal of excitement with it. It has a great deal of information, and the articles are great, so we love to be associated with you.
Well, we're science-based, and we like to do our homework because we're not a blog, so we don't just publish stuff. And we really like to investigate. We really like to prove that the technology the companies are manufacturing and providing to our readers, we like to test it. And if anybody's seen my stuff in the past, they know I really tested your product after that bike accident I had. But it seems like every time I talk with you or Darren or somebody on your team, I get more excited for your company. I mean, you just had an amazing event in Canada. Tell our readers what you just got in Canada.
One of the interesting parts was noting the history of the world has ever created an antimicrobial moisturizer. Something that would moisturize the skin, pull in that moisture, hold it in, but also be antimicrobial, which means being able to kill bacteria, yeast, fungus, stuff on your skin. Protect your skin. First line barrier of protection is what we're talking about. And so what we did was we created one with hyaluronic acid, which is the anti-wrinkle, vitamin E, which is a skin healer, and coconut oil.
Right.
And so we took it to Health Canada and we said, hey, we'd love to get this approved. We filed it and they came back and they said, we're not going to approve it. And we said, why not? And they said, because you're not making enough claims. I almost fell off my chair. I thought working with the FDA is completely different.
I was just going to say, if anybody has any idea what it's like to work with Health Canada or the FDA, like you never hear that.
No, so we actually said, what would you like us to claim? And they said that they would like us to claim that it eliminated skin infections. So now you have a moisturizer with the claim that it can help eliminate skin infections. And I mean, that's huge for stuff like acne and all that because you want to moisturize your face. But being able to help with a lot of these other bacterial problems and giving your skin that barrier protection is a big deal, especially when you think that as makeup becomes more and more nutrient rich, it grows stuff.
Oh, right.
The growth of bacteria, yeast, fungus raises havoc on your skin.
Right.
Now what you do by putting a little bit of this antibacterial moisturizer on is it puts a barrier protection on so you can put your makeup on and not have to worry about what you're getting from your makeup. But more importantly, to help heal the skin is a big deal. So we actually made the change on the filing, put on there, eliminate skin infections, put it back in, and 2 weeks later we got the NPN issued to us, which means fully approved by Health Canada with that claim. It was a great one.
Wow,
we filed it in the U.S. for approval, but it's not approved in the U.S. yet. So in the U.S. it's still sold as a cosmetic, but we're working on that as well so we can make the claim here.
Right. And I'm sure it's going to help that Canada has already recognized it.
I don't know if that'll help them. I don't know if it'll help them or not, but we've been really good at getting this stuff approved because we do a mass amount of science, like you know.
Right.
We have safety studies showing it won't hurt the skin.
Right.
We have studies showing it won't hurt the probiotic or good bacteria you have to also help protect your skin. So we have all those studies as background. So it makes it so we can get approvals that really nobody else can get because we have tens of millions of dollars worth of hard data science from major institutions behind our product.
Which is one of the things we really love about your product. You do have that behind it. But
we know our stuff.
Although I know you're so busy, you've got a lineup of people to talk to, but it's not just the skin cream. I mean, you have the silver gel. If you read Total Health, or you haven't read Cheryl's articles, do yourself a favor and click on Women's Health and look for Cheryl Selman, Dr. Selman. She's written a couple of great articles, but one that I love, most of our viewers and readers are women, is her article on vaginal health. I mean, your silver gel cream, which I'm also happy that you're coming out with a new label for women. You're going to package it as a lubricant.
Well,
Let's
Canada,
talk about why that is.
Canada actually already approved the gel as a lubricant. And so as a personal lubricant, you also have that barrier protection. And I think in the U.S., we're going to have to be really careful about those claims till we get it done. But literally, the ability to have a first line of protection that can be used intravaginally, especially what we're looking at was postmenopausal women that have discomfort, and because they don't produce the lubrication. And not only giving them a barrier protection, but producing the lubrication for them. And we're not talking about markets that are, you know, in the porno or off areas. What we're talking about is men and women, families who are married, who we want to make those marriages or help them be much more happy. And so if we can help mom, we helped everybody, because I think the adage is actually true. If mom is happy, everybody's happy. And in this case, I think we can be the perfect lubricant, and we can give them that barrier protection that will make a lot of the other problems they've experienced in the past much, much less problematic.
And the other, I mean, we could talk for hours about what your technology will do. I think you've only basically scratched the tip of the iceberg with the potential for your technology, your nano silver technology.
We are cranking out new products all the time, and it's fun because there's literally no one else in the world who can do what we can do. I mean, if you look at all the major, huge monster companies, all of them that make moisturizers, nobody has ever made a product that's moisturizing that's also antimicrobial or antibacterial, one that will protect you as well as moisturize your skin. So that was a first ever.
It's healthy. And it's a healthy product. There are no side effects. There's no downside to this.
It's 99.99% organic, and then it has a little bit of our silver nanoparticle with it, and that little bit actually makes it so that it kills bacteria. So in Canada, for example, we can use all the data now, but a category 1 antimicrobial or antibacterial has to be able to get a 99.9% kill on any bug or any pathogen or bacteria like MRSA, for example. You have to be able to get that in 14 days. So you have 14 days to kill it. Our new cream and lotion actually did it in 10 minutes. So put this huge antimicrobial barrier protection, makes the skin feel like velvet. So we'll work hard at getting that approved in the U.S. so we can make the claims here. But
terrific.
In Canada, we're blowing it open with the full claims.
And you just expanded greatly into Mexico. Like, your company is just really taking off. We're so happy for you guys.
I think we can do a mass amount of good, especially those who really need the product. I think we can eliminate a lot of problems that really hurt people.
Well, and it should be in everybody's first aid kit. In my opinion, that's the very first thing that you should be getting the silver gel for, and put it in a first aid. Cuts, sunburns, and everything.
We just did a deal with a big company here in California that makes first aid kits, and they're putting us in every single our gel. You know, the Armor Gel, which is under the Silver Biotics label, is now going into every single kit they make. As the antimicrobial wound healer for all those kits. Those kits go into Costco, they go into all sorts of areas. They make kid kits, they make all of these kits for hikers, bikers, and literally millions of kits. And we're now going into almost every single one of those kits.
Nice. Nice. And you also have a prescription version.
We do, for the hospitals and people who need it. We have a prescription version called SilverStat. SilverStat actually is amazing because it has direct claims on being able to help mitigate things like diabetic ulcers, septic ulcers, skin tears, venous stasis ulcers, surgical wounds, grafted sites, and device insertion sites. Also surgical incision sites. The important part is that a lot of people die from secondary infections they get in hospitals. And the biggest problem bug is MRSA, which we have a direct claim on to kill very quickly. And so the ability to put it in the hospital, put it in your wound, sew it up, eliminate any potential for infection before you have the problem is a big deal. Again, first line of protection.
Right. And you have toothpaste.
Yeah, the toothpaste.
I love the toothpaste.
The toothpaste is like the coolest thing in the world. We haven't tried to get it approved yet, but we have all the data. We have a peer review paper that's coming out with 5 different divisions of Texas Tech School of Medicine.
Right.
So this is a huge paper. What they found is that our toothpaste would break all the biofilms and eliminate the gram-negative bacteria. But what that means, and what is so cool about this toothpaste, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen, because you brush your teeth at night, and it's called Silver Biotics Tooth Gel. But you brush your teeth at night, you spit it out, but you don't wash it out. And the wild thing is that when you wake up in the morning and you go like this, it's still squeaky clean.
There's no, I know, it's not like
it's so weird because you wake up.
In the morning.
Yeah, and the funny part was the only complaint I've had was from Frankie Boyer, a radio host out of Boston.
You know Frankie well, yes.
And she comes on and she says, "Look, I keep forgetting to brush my teeth in the morning because it's still clean."
Because your mouth gets
so she said that's the only complaint we've had. But if you want that experience, never in your life have you ever tried a toothpaste that actually worked.
Right.
So in this case, it works, and you know it works in one night. If you don't like it, send it back to us, and we'll refund your money.
Absolutely.
But in this case, you brush your teeth, you spit it out, but you don't wash it out. You wake up, and it's just squeaky clean. It's so bizarre, but it's so cool.
But the other thing, the thing about the mouth, though, it's like the gateway to your health.
Absolutely.
If you have bacterial buildup in your mouth and your gums, and you don't have a healthy mouth, that directly affects so much of your body and your health.
One of the clinical trials we just finished was on periodontal disease. And what they did was they put the silver stat, which is a prescription, in trays, pushed it up in the gums, and the trays, when they went in, would hold it and it would push the gel up underneath the gums. We found we could shrink the perio pockets in that clinical trial. And the good news is the gel already has approval because it has device insertion sites, which is in fact a device insertion. But the really amazing part of that study was that they checked what's called a PPLA2. And that doesn't mean anything for you, but what it actually means is it's your indicator for getting heart disease. And what we found was when they treated the periodontal bacteria up underneath the gums and started healing it up, that their PPLA2s, or their indication for getting heart disease, dropped an average of 60% in 2 months.
Seriously, 60%.
So we're doing it in a phase 2 clinical trial right now, and we're checking every single one of the patients now.
Right.
But in the first round, they did 9, and the 9 people that they checked the PPLA2s on dropped an average of 60% in 2 months. I mean, that's a big deal when heart disease is like the #1 killer in the U.S.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I know I've got to let you get back to your customers here. We could obviously talk for a very long time about all the different applications for silver gel and your nanoparticle silver technology. It's just amazing. Again, the award of excellence, the #1 product line in the entire show at Expo West, the largest health products show in the world, is going to American Biotech Labs for your silver product line.
Thank you very much. We love Total Health.
I'm John. That's it for now. Thanks for watching Total Health Magazine on Total Health Television.